Come here, look.
Hey.
Say hi to Uncle Nick. Nick.
Hi, James. My little Indian.
You're the white wolf.
Yeah, that's a good nickname, the White Wolf. Unlike the Red Wolf from the.
Yeah, that's right. Oh God, he really does sound like
American Indians.
He is.
Well, hello, HME3. Silver Age Dave is out there walking and listening at the same time. Nice of O is here.
Hey.
I sent the invite to Dr. Vanchilla and Luther, Patrick. So I'm not sure if Patrick can make it. I'm sure you all, if you follow his channel, he's still, I think he moved last week, and I'm sure this entire past week has been unpacking.
Yeah, he's been really busy. He's been working like really late into the morning hours.
It's brutal. Trust me, I've been there, done that, and I don't wish that on anyone. As much as I may not like my current house or my neighbors, the ideas of moving have not even crossed my mind.
Yeah, it's not pleasant. Not pleasant at all.
So what's new? What's new?
Well, number one, you remember Comic Boss One, right? Ed? Yeah, he sent me an email. He sent me an email.
He's from Ireland?
He's from England.
England, okay.
Well, he sent me an email. He's doing better, and he wanted to say hello to you and to Patrick and to everybody.
Yeah, he's been gone for a few months. Yeah,
he might be gone for a little while longer, but he's getting there. He's getting where he needs to be. So
okay.
I'm glad that he's doing much better.
Yeah. Hello, Yakety Yakety, Hawaii.
Okay.
Hello from Hawaii. Hawaii. Hawaii is 6 hours behind us, so it is roughly lunchtime in Hawaii.
Oh wow.
Michael Andrew is here, and Michael Andrew is in Australia. We are going worldwide today.
we're from all over the world.
Welcome everybody to the Wednesday night chat. Hopefully Dr. Vanchilla will pop in. As you noticed, I just loaded a video.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
So I will do a CGC haul probably Friday. My guess is I will call tomorrow. They will tell me. It's tough to find out when they allow me to pick it up because, you know, for a while, like during the summer, like during the busy convention months of June, July, and even May, they only allow people to pick up the books in person Tuesday and Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
Because they travel on Thursday.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, because a large part of their crew travel on Thursday and they get back until Sunday. And Monday is the unpacking day, right? They're unpacking things, loading things from inventory from the trip. So they block out every day except for Tuesday and Wednesday. So since today is Wednesday, I will call tomorrow. They might tell me you can't pick it up until next Tuesday. So I don't know when I can pick it up, but we'll find out. I will find out first thing 9 a.m. tomorrow.
Yeah. Did you get any? I got a couple of questions from Errol, but do you have any questions?
I have one question that I will save in case Dr. Vanchilla pops in.
Oh, okay.
Because it's a general question that I think it would be good if Dr. Vanchilla is here as well. Okay. So if you have some question, go ahead, shoot it.
Yeah, let me just quickly reach over and get my phone.
Hello.
Yeah, Errol's back in Australia. He was visiting his parents in Canada for almost a month.
Pen right.
Yes, this pen writes. Yes, all pens write. Okay. There's another one in there.
Maybe little Jamie to sit down and draw do some doodling.
Okay. What would you say is the most important aspect in buying a blue chip Silver Age book? The demand or the condition?
The most important aspect of buying a blue chip book for me is That's a good question. Demand or condition? I would say demand.
Ah, okay. So why do you say that? I mean,
I would say demand is more important than condition because, as we know, for example, Amazing Fantasy 15 doesn't matter if it's a 2.0 or 5.0, it goes up, it sells.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, if the demand wane, the condition is not going to save that book from crashing.
Yeah.
It's all going to crash.
Oh. Hey, Patrick.
Patrick is here. Welcome back, Patrick, after 5 weeks.
I'm still alive.
The people demand you.
Yes.
The people miss you because the two horsemen, the Beetlejuice is not the same like the Beatles. Okay, the Beatles.
I never thought of that. Who would
The band is getting back together.
before Apocalypse? Who is who?
I'm Ringo.
No, the apocalypse, like famine and all that.
Oh, I'm
That's a hard one, right?
I'm not famine. I'm a little bit overweight, so I can't be famine.
Anthony, you have to be death, right? Yeah. I think John's pestilence.
I would probably be death. Yes.
Yeah.
It's my charming personality. That's what. Yeah, I gotta.
Patrick just joined us.
You like my background, huh?
Yes, I like the man cave.
Background.
Background.
I hear Minnie Reaper.
Yes, he's here with me.
Is he reading Arabic?
Mama's not around to look after him, so I'm gonna. If he gets a little too rambunctious, I may have to leave. But Mama's not around this week to look after him, so he's.
I need to mail you the elephant tranquilizer gun.
Oh, I need that. You please send me that with a complete cartridge of darts.
You know, Anthony, what you have to do is just get one of those Pez dispensers, and instead of candy, you just put Benadryl in it.
Oh God, yeah, it's funny. I have a Pez dispenser in this room, and he's already gone through it.
Oh, that's the problem.
To send you my Aboriginal little pipe.
I'm telling you, Nick. Though he's gonna go like this. It's going to continue going on. It's going to be like when they tried to kill Rasputin, when they kept poisoning him, and they're like, he's not dying. What's going on here?
Okay, Patrick, since you just joined us, Anthony had a good question from Down Under.
Okay.
Is when it comes to buying blue chip book.
Yes.
What aspect is more important, the condition or the demand? And my answer was the demand, because if you look at many blue chip book, whether it's AF15 or FF1, 2.0 or 5.0, they all go up.
Yeah. Well, you know, the first question I'd ask, so is it for your PC or is it to resell?
PC.
Okay. If it's for your PC, I don't worry so much about demand. I worry more about I buy the highest grade that my budget will allow.
Okay.
And you know, then inside that you still have to. You know, like if you take Anthony's AF15, for example, it's the prettiest 2.0 you're ever going to see.
Thank you.
I think it's nicer than some 3.0s that I've seen. So, you know, I don't know, buy the grade, sell the slab, I always say, I guess. Or buy the book, sell the grade. Right?
So what's your answer, Anthony?
No, I would say demand too. I mean, you gave a perfect example with the AF15. I know we keep talking about it, but it's true. I mean, how many low-grade conditions of that book sell because it's Amazing Fantasy 15? I bought one. Other people bought one, a couple. They're always selling, and their price doesn't seem to bother people.
You know, and something I was able to watch some videos this week a little bit, and something that kind of happened that I think is kind of new, maybe, or new to me, is there's this thing that maybe before you never thought about selling, but I think now every collector in the back of their head, I think they're thinking about, you know, reselling at some point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I know I have that too. I never used to think about reselling, and now it's part of every decision you make a little bit, I think.
Part of it too is because of the way social media, internet, you know, it's eBay, Facebook, Instagram. It's so easy to buy and sell now.
Yeah.
I'm sure anyone that collect in the hobby prior to the age of the internet, selling is a pain in the ass.
Oh yeah.
You have one option, your LCS.
Yeah, or these, you know, VFW shows that you go to, or if you went to a Comic-Con, and really as a private guy, you're not selling at a Comic-Con. No one wants to talk to you there, you know.
Yeah. And you know, when I remember, you know, seeing and hearing a lot of people that are trying to sell to the LCS in the 80s and the 90s, they get offered nothing.
Yeah.
In the 80s and the 90s, when people bring in like a long box of stuff and it doesn't matter what is inside. After a while, you hear people complain like, "You're offering me, you know, 20% of guide or something," and so it's brutal.
I saw that down in Charlotte. You'd get these guys walking around with their carts, and there was a couple of them. And I talked to dealers after they left, and they're like, "He's got stuff that they think is, you know, rare, and it's not." You know, I think a lot of these guys think that, you know, run-of-the-mill Silver Age books are rare, and I mean, even books like Fantastic Four 1 and books like that. They're truly not rare. They're in collections, so they're not maybe out there in the marketplace to be purchased, but they're not truly rare. You know what I mean?
They're not. Especially they're rare in high grade, right? But when it comes down to like, you understand the average Marvel Silver Age run print like 300 or 400,000 copies.
Yeah, I think 242 is the number. 242,000, I think, was the average Silver Age run. So
it's a lot, you know, compared to today, where it's more like 20,000, right?
Yeah, or a Golden Age where they just didn't survive.
Yeah, Golden Age, people keep forgetting. Like Captain America 1 million copy.
Yeah, but you know, between all the wars, you know, and all the paper drives and all that, a lot of those got destroyed.
Yeah, I mean, Golden Age I can understand because that's before the age of collecting, right? People,
whatever. Before 1966.
You read it, and then most of the kids will just toss around in the garbage or recycle for the war effort, all that stuff. So
they were treated like newspapers. They read them and you threw them out.
Yeah, so I can understand that. But when it comes down to Silver Age, especially in the 60s, where collecting started to take hold and people start to hoard, price guides start to come out, people start to mark up the price of books. You know, sure, that's why the average Silver Age book, the non-keys, are dead money.
Yeah,
right? That's why the hobby has kind of like run away from completers. Because a lot of people that's in it for investment reasons or speculation or profit. It's just like, why bother with FF 11 to 44? You know, it's just like, whatever. So
yeah, you know what I think? What is truly rare now, though, is the Silver Age books, the key Silver Age books, the blue chip books in high grade, meaning 8.0 or higher. Those are truly rare. Because, you know, it was before bags, it was before boards. People would read them. You'd eat a cheeseburger in one hand and be reading a comic in the other back then. So
when did bags and boards start coming out?
Bob Bell, Robert Bell, probably, what was that, Nick? Probably like early 70s.
Okay.
Robert Bell started to publish his flyers.
Yeah.
In the late 60s.
Yeah, that's the first time I remember. I don't remember boards really till the probably late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah, I have been looking, to be honest, I have been looking for ads for backing board for a long time to see like where is the first one, and I have not yet found it yet.
No.
I think backing board does not come into mainstream as far as advertisement in trade.
Yeah.
Into like 1981.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Because if I have a 1980 guide, 1980 price guide has no backing board in there, I don't think. I need to check again, but I remember I still haven't found the answer yet as far as when backing board was first advertised. I have not yet seen that.
So that's why, you know, the books that are rare are Silver Age books that have white pages. That is truly a rarity. Yeah. And I think at some point, some of the grading companies are going to have to pay more attention to the page quality. I think you're going to see it'll become a bigger font even, because that's the differentiation, I think, between an 8.0, say, you know, an off-white to yellowing, to Anthony's favorite brittle pages. or a white page, because I was looking at eBay today, and I think there's a Hulk listed, a Hulk 1, and it says white pages, and I looked at it and I'm like, that's a freak of nature.
Wow, that is really
a Hulk comic book that has white pages is definitely a freak of nature.
So Hulk 1, Patrick?
What's that?
Hulk 1?
Yeah, yep. Hulk 1.
Oof.
Yeah.
Hulk 1.
That's right. Listen to him.
Knights of O have a question in the chat room. They say, how does one determine demand on consistently unavailable keys like Golden Age Flash 1 or All American 16 or Wonder Woman 1, etc.? It's very hard.
It is. It's like the stock market.
Measuring demand is not as hard as trying to gain rarity.
Yeah.
Like, how many people know exactly how many copy of Action 1 is out there?
I know. I used to read real low numbers, and I no longer believe those numbers.
Some dealers have talked about perhaps 200 to 300. I don't know. There's no way.
I didn't even know it was that many.
Yeah, well, that's I don't know, but
I mean, really, the only true number you could data point you could point at is the CGC Census. But I mean, other than that, you don't know how many are in private collections that never got boarded, or never got slapped.
The only thing that we know is, for example, Detective 31. That book is uber rare, right? There are something like 30 something to 40 something. I don't know the exact number, but it's less than 50 copies in Census.
Jeez.
In both blue label, purple label, you name it. That's all. And does that mean that the census is complete? No. I have a copy. Mine is raw. Mine is never slapped. So,
James, it can't play.
it does exist. It's just that I don't think there's any way to correctly measure demand outside of prices when people are willing to pay up.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can look at sales data though, right? On GPA, you can see how many per month they're selling. Like a book like Hulk 181, it seems like there's an endless demand for that book.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Well, here's the thing. It's hard to look at sales data to measure demand because, for example, you know that the video that I did that compare the Captain America 1 with some stocks.
Yeah.
No. Here's the thing that we need to take into context. That one Captain America book that did pretty well, even though it underperformed many hot stocks.
Yeah.
It's one copy. One copy that was sold 4 times over the 10 years.
Yeah.
You can buy 1 million shares of Apple on any given seconds.
Yeah.
So it's the way the comic book work is so hard to quantify demand because you're talking one copy of that one book in that one grade for sales 4 times in 10 years. So yeah, there's a demand for it. The only time you can gauge the demand is whenever it's up for sales, it goes higher than the previous price.
Yeah.
Because that means the person that buys it is ready to pay more.
Yeah, a great example right now is Fantastic 448.
Yeah.
If you look at that book, I mean, if you bought that book 6 months ago, in some cases, you could have doubled your money in 6 months. That's insane. I mean, think other than illegal activity, where can you double your money?
It's hard. Nice of O say Gators say add 1.5 to 2 times the number as far as I think what he's saying is like if you have X number of books in slabs, multiply it by 1.5 to 2 to come up with the potential available copies out there.
Yeah.
Data is a very seasoned golden age dealers. Possibly, like I said, anything is possible. When it comes down to this discussion over the many years, I said any number that people want to throw out there is possible because there is no way to prove anything. There's no way. I mean, in fact, did you guys follow what's going on with Action 1? There's a couple of copies that surfaced in the last couple of weeks.
No.
If you go on the CGC forum, somebody on Facebook posted a picture on Facebook of 2 copies of Action 1 he found in an army trunk.
Oh my gosh.
And it's this picture of the both books side by side. So go to the CGC forum. I will let you guys decide if it's real, legit, or phony, or fake, whatever it is. It's interesting read. Like I said, I read all of the things going on in the past 2 weeks. Entertaining. I don't have an opinion whether it's real or fake, but there are a bunch of there are all kind of detective.
Yeah, you know, and that happens a lot. I mean, you hear of people like finding a box of a certain height, you know, a key book. I have heard a rumor of recently a short box of Hulk 181s that were found. So, I mean, what does that mean? I think there's so much demand; those will get gobbled up as soon as somebody gets them slabbed. I think a good gauge of demand too is if you can't find it raw anywhere. That means that book is super in demand, because even if they're not into comics, they find a super in demand book, they're going to get it slabbed. Yeah,
Nice of O is talking about in the chat room that he said that I think the research so far is that they are fake, possibly. Like I said, I don't know. I have read all of the evidence.
Yeah. Was there anything else in the image? Because I know that occasionally that Batman reprint oversized book will show up. Always, whenever those show up, because there's Action has the same one, Action 1 has the same thing. Yeah. If there's not like a hand in the photo or something that you know, like a playing card, something you know the size of, you know it's a fake. Because why wouldn't you? You know.
So I don't know. Like I said, I just find it fascinating and fun to follow the development of that Action 1.
I gotta look that up.
I think it was on History. I think it's called My Strange Inheritance, and there was one about I think it was in New Jersey or New York, where when after the hurricane hit, it demolished this delicatessen restaurant, and the family was going to go out of business and all this stuff. They started to demo the building, and when they cut a wall away, they found, I think it was the uncle's comic collection, and it ended up saving the business. They did a show on it, and they found all these Golden Age and Silver Age comic books, and the guy ended up selling them all. And it was, I think it's called My Strange, not Strange Addiction, My Something Inheritance, but it was either on History or Discovery. And but stuff like that happens all the time.
Yeah. Nice of O said that he thought they said it was fake, and like I said, there's a bunch of evidence that that's done by some really savvy forum member, where they look at pictures and look at the size of the font, of the spacing between the letters, the color, all that kind of stuff. Like I said, it looked like a fake, but to me, it's just like if you find 2 copies of Action 1 in mid-grade, like between a 3 and a 5 range, why is it sit in the trunk and not go to CGC?
Yeah, why would you post that? I would be afraid to post that.
But anyhow, like I said, it's when it comes down to these Golden Age books and rarities, people have to understand as big as the movie are. Okay? Nobody doubt that the movies are top-grossing billion-dollar movie over many other kind of movies. This hobby is very small.
Yeah, our little YouTube community is very small.
It's very small. The amount of money that has been spent in this hobby don't equate to 1 day in the stock market.
No.
Not even 1 day. Okay, the amount of dollar that trade in Apple stock alone dwarf the entire slap that's been sold in the last 20 years. So this hobby is very tiny. Okay,
that's a good thing, I think.
Pee now.
It's getting bigger.
Yeah, you know, I think there is a big influx of the under 30 crowd, and mostly it's because of the movies and TV shows, and I don't think it's a bad thing. I mean, the books are out now. A lot of them don't interest me, but I think it's great. I think some of the art is fantastic. I think I think the writing is going in places that, as we came up through the decades, it's totally different. I mean, if you go back and read Silver Age books, they are very simplistic stories, and that part of that is because they were written for 10-year-olds, you know. And I don't mean to offend anybody, but that's just the way they are. The themes, though, were solid. You know, the storytelling was good, I think. Some of it got a little silly.
But that's why I like DC.
Yeah. Well, EC was different. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the alternative. That was, you know, older guys that would read that kind of stuff, that would look at that kind of stuff, that attracted them, say, or future younger people. You know, as Anthony pointed out in one of his videos, it's kind of funny to me. The four of us together started collecting. John in the '60s, me in the '70s, Nick in the '80s, and then Anthony in the '90s. So I think we got to start grooming a guy that started collecting in the 2000s. So
yeah, I think I got the short end of the stick with that one.
Yeah. Yeah, as we get older, you got to carry our heavy long boxes.
That's my penance for collecting in the '90s.
Someday you're gonna have to clean out John's attic.
Again?
Well, you know, for me, I look at the hobby is that, you know, the '80s got a lot of bad rap as far as music, fashion. But I think to me, the '80s was awesome. You know,
Yeah.
I like them too. I like the '80s. I remember them.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say about the '70s or the '60s because I was not here to collect, so I can't say. But all I know is, you know, for me, the golden age for me was the '80s because everything was new, everything was great.
Hi.
I understand
Hi.
how new collector come in and think that everything is awesome.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when I see a new collector today that just discovered the hobby 2 years ago or 3 years ago or 2 weeks ago, and they think, oh, this is awesome, everything is awesome. I don't think there's anything wrong with that view because that's how I was. I'm sure when I was saying everything is awesome in the '80s, I'm sure some old guys that have been in the hobby since they know it sucks.
You know, I've been watching YouTube videos for a while, and you know, I've only been on for a little over a year. But one thing that I noticed, in like Alex the Comic Porter is a great example of this. When I first started watching this, he was all about the new books and all the new artists and everything like that. And you know, some of the guys that were in his group and kind of his little circle, they didn't really, I don't think, had an appreciation of some of the older artists like Gil Kane and Jack Kirby and people like that. But as they stay along in the hobby, I think they start to appreciate it more. And to a certain degree, I had that growing up because I can remember when I was a kid, I didn't like Jack Kirby's art as much as say like John Byrne or George Perez.
No.
But then as I got older, it's like you see it differently once you've been in the hobby for a number of years. And I've seen that in Alex and a couple of these other guys where they've kind of started to gravitate more towards Silver Age and even delved into some of the Golden Age. There's that kid down in Florida, I think he is. Something X, Master X. I think he's followed that similar path where he was all about the new stuff and all the variants and all that, and that's cool. And the new artists are fantastic. But I think he kind of took a break, and then when he came back, he seems like he's kind of embraced this Silver Age too. So it's interesting to see some of these younger guys that they kind of got a foot on both sides of the fence. They're into the old Silver Age, but they're also into the cutting edge new stuff. So I don't know where the hobby's going. It's amazing though, you know.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing, you know. I mean, I think a lot of the new stuff is great looking, you know.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I would be crazy to say that the newer covers are not beautiful. I mean,
they're photorealistic.
Yeah,
Yes.
a lot of the new books have just absolutely stunning covers. I just chose not to put my money there. You know, at the end of the day, it's just like Bobby 3 was doing. You know, he's just like, I'm spending $200 a month on pulling new books. I can put $2,500 a year, something I really love, which is original arts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money.
It doesn't make too much sense for me.
Yeah, but you know, at the end of the day, when people think about how much they put in the hobby, I mean, guys regularly drop $50 a week buying 10 books or 12 books off the rack, and I'm just like, that's a lot of money, you know?
Yeah, $3.99 a piece, or
Yeah,
whatever the hell it is. Marvel sometimes charges $4.99 for certain titles, for certain, you know.
A Spider-Man book that was $10.
Yeah, I passed on that, and I think I was like, no way am I doing that. Maybe I missed out on something. I don't know, but I don't care.
Well, you can always read it on Marvel Unlimited, right? You just gotta wait a little bit.
Yeah.
It's popping here, right?
I'm reading the comment here. Silver Age Dave is tuning out. He will come back and watch the replay.
One of them is like this.
God Love Comics.
I've never seen this guy before. He's got a great handle, so it's called God Loves Comics.
Oh, I saw that guy a couple of times.
Yeah, God Loves Comics has been around. He's comment.
This other guy too. I've seen a little bit. Simon Comics.
That's the first for me.
Yeah.
Um,
Silver Age is here, of course.
yes.
HME3.
Yeah, HME3 is here as well. AG Surfer is here as well. Yes.
Oh, hey.
Speaking of 80s music, I'm thinking going forward on. I've been trying to do a series for a long time. Splash, that's Splash. Okay, for a long time, I have been trying to do this series for the past year, really, called Splash, Splash.
You're not talking about the mermaid movie, right?
No, basically, I want to talk about how splash page in general are not as good as they should be. You look at like the intention of what a splash page is supposed to be.
Yeah.
If you open 10 books randomly, I guarantee you more than half of those books are sold.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's lost its meaning.
Yeah. I would say more like 75%. Every 4 books I looked at had boring splash page. And so I want to do a series where it's like splash focus on splash page that just grab your attention right away. And I kind of want to tie the series in with music, like how some great tune right away within the first 2 seconds you hear that riff that just like whoa, mind blowing, that just like suck you into the song right away, that even 25 years later you just like, this is a great opening. So I want to do a series where it's very music and splash page. I just haven't figured out how the format to do that yet. I've been playing around with incorporating music video and things. So we'll see. That's on the work as far as what I want to do, or as a new series, but we'll see. I might just do it as a live chat on Sunday, where I just show splash page on my screen with music on the background and talk, and people don't see me. So I might test that out maybe in a few weeks. Reaper is I told Shane, I told Anthony at the beginning, when Reaper talks, he sounds like an American Indian.
A little bit like Tonto.
That's why we nicknamed him White Wolf. White Wolf.
Yes, White Wolf saw. I have this figure of Shelob, from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
Spider, and he saw him, and now he's playing with him.
I see a couple other guys popped in here. I see EC Ed's in here.
Oh, hey, Ed.
Wow, EC Ed.
He's working on that beard.
Speaking of EC, there was some really high grade EC on the CGC forum sales board. Did you guys see?
Yeah, I've noticed a lot more activity. I know, like down in Charlotte, Anthony, you can say this too. I've never seen so many EC books at a con before.
No, and I would go to the New York
high grade. I mean, I've never seen them in that high grade. Normally they're ragged and they're in the corner and they're in gross milky bags, and there's some old guy looking at them. Now they're up on the wall.
Yeah,
and, are they raw? Are they slabs?
Yeah, wall and slabbed. Yeah, which I
Dale.
didn't happen.
That guy Dale had a lot. That's where I got my Tales 33.
Yeah, he had that one with the zombie on the cover. I kind of wish I grabbed it.
Yes,
I think what's going to happen next is I think now that the ECs are tagging on, and Knights of Old and some of these other guys that collect this stuff, but it seems to me, and maybe Nick, you know this because you like computers, the Atlas books seem to really be surfacing more now. I don't know if guys are turning them loose out of their collection, maybe because they're aging out, or maybe because they realize there's demand for them now.
Yeah, I mean,
more Atlas books in the last 6 months than I've seen in probably 5 years.
Yeah, I think that has a lot to do with the aging collectors using the hobby.
Not why they can.
I wouldn't be surprised at all if the EC, the lot of EC that you're seeing is could be. I'm just saying could be part of a wave of older collectors that say, you know, that's time for me to let go. I know some of the EC book that I have that are high grade came from that type of collectors that say, you know, time for me. I had these for 25 years and.
You know what it is? I think at the end of the day, what it comes down to is getting out of the hobby on your terms, not being forced to. You know, I think as collectors, all of us, our big fear is if something happens to us and our books get liquidated at, you know, stupid prices and worse to like flippers. That's the worst fear, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of these older guys are in their, you know, they're getting into their 70s. They're thinking, you know what? I want to turn these loose now, and I want to control where they're going. I don't want them to end up.
That's not bad thinking, yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's what you're seeing. At least I'm seeing it with the Atlas and EC books. I've never seen this many on eBay before.
You know, plus, you know, you gotta understand. For me, I want to sell them when I still can enjoy the money.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't want to sell them when I'm sick and ill and laying in my deathbed.
No, that's what you want to think about.
Yeah, that's the last thing I want to deal with. The last thing I want to do is lay in my deathbed and say, "Oh, honey, can you sell the 3,000 books left in the collection?"
Yeah. I know taking care of me is a walk in the park, but while you're at it, can you sell all these books for me?
You scan a couple of thousand books and list them and buy them
just perfectly, so you know, blue tape them so you don't get negative feedback. Because I want to die with 100% rating on eBay.
I put the grade on the little piece of paper on the back of the backing board, so you know.
Yeah.
And I already scanned the books for you in the folder in the hard drive. So just no, I don't want to do that. I want to sell.
No, and you know, looking back at me, moving has made me want these books even less. You know, some of them.
Yeah, that was a big part for me to liquidate my.
The hurricane, I think, opened your eyes.
Oh yeah, the hurricane and moving into this house in 2011 was just a backbreaker. Yeah. And that's when I say, that's it. I cannot have 600 slabs. I cannot have 13,000 books. And boom, they start to go out fast. A lot went out in 2011 and 2012 before I go on YouTube. I wouldn't have time for YouTube because 2011 and 2012, I sold thousands of books. And I was going to the post office left and right daily with boxes because I'm just gonna blow them out.
I go a couple times a week now, and it's when you move, you and I talked about this in my live chat before my battery went out and the screen went blank. You definitely go through a sorting process, and you think, how much do I really love this thing? Do I want to move this? Do I want to drag this through the rest of my life? And if the answer is no, you liquidate it, you get rid of it. And you know, a lot of these books behind me, I've enjoyed them, but you know, time has come to let them go, I think. And part of that is some of these younger guys that are getting into the collection. I love the idea that some of my books are in their collection now, you know.
ECS said that he is moving to Salt Lake City.
Really?
And
are comic books banned there like Coca-Cola, or can you have comics there?
Or ECS, if you may share, are you moving there because of work? Are you relocating from Georgia because of work or because of something else? If you care to share, that could be a personal thing. So I'm just curious because that's a big move.
It is. That's far away. Very different than Georgia.
Yeah, I moved. Well, my biggest move was, well, I did three bi-coastal moves. Boston to Oregon, Oregon back to Boston, and Boston to Florida. So I did my share of coast to coast, as far as you can go, kind of move.
Continent to continent.
Yeah. It's far, and I don't want to do that again. The next move would be hopefully the last move, whenever that is.
Yeah, I think this move for me, I figure it'll be 15, 20 years, and we'll see from there. I like this place. I like the new house. It's been a lot of work. I have now my second dumpster in the driveway. So I filled a 30-yarder, and I don't know anyone that's ever been around. That's a giant. It's like the size of a city bus. And I have a 20-yard one now. So the master bathroom and closet's getting done started tomorrow. So it's kind of like if you've ever had a summer rental, where things aren't perfect, but you kind of get along. Like I don't have a stove right now; I have a hot plate and an old refrigerator. So
Now,
it definitely.
Are you buying a stove then?
Oh yeah, it makes you appreciate everything you have. More. And like stuff you have, you realize you don't really need or want maybe. So I'm going to be turning loose a lot more books, and it's exciting because then I can take all those profits and go after other stuff. So
when I moved, my move from Boston to Florida was the biggest move of all, because when I was moving from Boston to Oregon and Oregon back to Boston, I was single and I was fairly poor. So I have stuff, but I didn't have 3,000. I didn't have 13,000 books.
Yeah, but mostly your collection back then was slabs, so they took up a lot of space.
Yeah, that move from the move from Boston to Florida is when I had about 13,000 raw. But I have a lot of stuff this is when I already own a place in Boston. So when you own a place instead of like renting, when you rent and move, you don't accumulate a lot of stuff. When you own a place and you bought furnitures and everything, moving to Florida was a big pain because I had to ship all my furniture and everything and all the books. That was just a whole lot of hassle.
Yeah. I had 4 guys in 2 26-foot trucks on Saturday, and then Sunday I rented a 15-foot U-Haul and made 3 trips myself. So I think my head hit the pillow about 3 a.m. on Saturday or Sunday night.
So look like we lost Reaper because James has taken him.
Yeah, I heard ow, ow, ow. So I'm thinking James fell. So there might be some triage going on right now, and Reaper's coming through. Butterfly bandages, some alcohol wipes, stuff like that. So.
EC Ed replied, he is an accounting professor. EC, accounting professor, yes sir. You could be my teacher.
Yeah, he lived in Rochester for a while.
Moving to a job in University of Utah.
Wow.
Nice.
Good for him. I see Bianchi's on here too. I met him down in Charlotte.
Well, good luck on a new job. My stepsister lived out in Salt Lake City for a long time. It's a ski bum. So I know a guy that lived in Salt Lake City, I think a while ago. He may have moved. I gotta check up on him. Accounting professor. Oh, my kind of geek number.
Yeah.
Yes, Bianchi. So needless to say, you probably didn't buy much the last 6 weeks with all the move and renovation.
Yeah, it's lack of sleep. It feels like the day before vacation. You know how you run around try to get everything done before you leave for vacation?
Yeah.
It's been that way for about 8 weeks, and
so the big boxes of CGC Slap that you had with Mike, are they still sitting in the box?
Yeah, because what happened is Mike was something happened and we couldn't do it. The one day I had one window where I had a chance to do it, and he couldn't. Something happened at his house and he wasn't able to do it. So now Mike is down in the Keys, down in Florida. So hopefully when he gets back next week, we're going to do a video.
What he's doing down vacationing?
Oh yeah, he's just on vacation. He finally took a vacation. That guy just works nonstop, and when he's not working,
CGC and hang out and do some submission.
If I were him, I mean, you could do everything from a phone now, right? I would just become a beach bum if I was him, and all he needs is a mailbox to mail the stuff out of. Or
just need one of those, a location that accept mail.
Yeah.
And he can drop off and pick up and rent a box.
Yeah. Well, we have 2 boxes already sitting, so that's 50 books we got to open. One of them I'm excited about because we kind of filtered it. It's got a high chance, I think, of being 25 9.8s.
Oh. So
that'll be a fun box to open. We'll see how that goes. And then we have 2 more coming back. I think we have close to 200 books altogether coming back. Wow. And I have another 30 or 40 to submit. So we're going to be making videos to the end of the year.
Nice of O asked you that, did you ever get a chance to go to the comic shop, comics, etc., comics, etc., in Rochester?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Because that was his first comic shop.
Oh, really?
Knights of Old used to live up there.
Yeah, they moved. They used to be in a place called Village Gate, and now they moved.
That's
Yeah,
what he
yeah.
said in the chat
Oh,
room.
he said that? They moved, actually, and they're near a building called the Hungerford Building that he may remember. It's a very artsy, it's 3 floors, and there's a lot of like welders and painters and pottery people. And then right near the loading dock is Comics Etc. now. It's okay. It's not like it used to be when it was in Village Gate. But there's still, where I'm lucky, where I am, there's 7 to probably 9 shops, all within a half-hour drive.
God Loves Comics. Are you down in Florida too? Because he's commenting about lobster and the Keys. So there's a lot of people in Florida. There was another person that lived nearby me that commented last week. Who was that? Somebody.
Well, Goomba lives near you, doesn't he? Or no?
Goomba lived in Colorado.
That's right.
Yeah, he just came down here to my beach.
He visited you.
He visited my area for a week, and he and I hung out for one lunch.
That's nice.
With his fiance, we met up at the Vietnamese restaurant, and we hung out. And I think we wish we hung out more because he was here for like a whole week, but we only arranged for that one lunch, and it was like the day before the last day. So we wish we hung out. Oh, Bianchi is in Miami, so he did travel all the way up to Heroes Con too.
Bianchi's he's haunted by something. I told him at Heroes Con. There was a dealer, and he had an Avengers 1, and it was signed by Jack Kirby.
Oh, was it raw then?
It was raw, and it was on the first page. And I told him about it, and I don't know if he went over and saw it or not, because I think I saw him on the second day, and he said he couldn't stop thinking about it. And I was very interested in it, but the guy was asking like double GPA for it, and it didn't have any documentation. I've seen Jack Kirby's signature enough that I know it was authentic, but still, I don't want to pay double, the price for the thing. It was a nice book, though. It was probably a 3.5, 3.5, maybe. So it was in nice shape, but he wanted a lot for it, and I went back that last day, and somebody manned up and bought it. So.
Oh, God Loves Comics said that he's not in Florida, but he's in South Carolina. So God Loves Comics, did you go to Heroes Con since you're pretty close by? Let us know if you did. For me, I did not buy much of anything. Been busy.
Well, the last thing I bought was that Silver Surfer 1.
Yeah, that's a nice looking book though.
Yeah, I manned up on Comic Link and got that. I didn't think I was going to win. I just threw a bid out there, and you know how Comic Link is right at the end. It's like 1,000 bids hit all at once.
Yeah. Did it go up to your max bid?
It didn't. It was about $30 under my max, so I was surprised. I didn't think I was going to win. Anthony was on texting with me. It was right after the show, the last show I was on, and I saw it, and it's a book I like, and I think it's a 6.0, but it looks like a 7. It's a pretty 6.
Yeah, AG Surfer. I like your idea of 80s music and one-shot wonder. That's a very good idea.
Yeah, like Haircut 100 or something like that.
Yeah, so it will be. But I'm pretty sure because I've been trying to tape my series Splash, and it's just not coming out the way I wanted. So what I might do is just run a live chat on Sunday, like something like 11 a.m. or something, and just do a show where I play music, because there's plenty of music readily available on YouTube that I can show the video. And then at the same time, because I really want, there's a lot of great songs out there that the first 5 seconds just kill it. You know what I mean?
Like Dexy's Midnight Runners, you got to get that in there.
I mean, like one band that I love that have a few songs that had like incredible first like 20 seconds, like Van Halen. Van Halen to me has some of the most wonderful opening guitar riff, and I want to do a show, a live chat where I run those songs and at the same time show a bunch of awesome splash page. So it might be something like that, simple, where I don't have to shoot a video. I just prepare like 5 to 10 splash page, run 2 or 3 songs, do a chat for like 15-30 minutes, and that's it. My weekly Sunday splash live chat.
You got any more questions? Did I miss any questions?
I think there was not. There was other question, but one of the questions that I got that I didn't ask when Anthony was here is one of the viewer asked, what channel do we watch on YouTube? Like give them an idea, like what is it that we watch on YouTube? I think the question was like comic books as well as non-comic books. And I said this many times before, I can answer that question, that comic book is probably fourth on my list of what I watch on YouTube. So it's not in number one by a long shot. Daily, when I turn on my subscription feed to see what's new, I usually get 50 new video, and I can tell you 40 of the 50 are non-comic related. It's cooking, eating, traveling.
Did you see Bueller's mukbang video? They were eating Taco Bell and pizza, and I was just watching the chat because people are going nuts because he's eating Taco Bell and pizza, and then he's handling brand new comics, and people were freaking out about it. It was funnier than hell. And his buddy actually spoke. It was weird. The guy spoke more in that video than he spoke in a year or so.
Yeah, so when it comes down to comic book channel, okay, I can tell you, I watch what most people watch. I watch like, you and Anthony and Dr. Vanchilla when he used to put out a lot of videos. And I saw the people that I watch, I don't watch every video of everyone I subscribe to.
Yeah, me neither. But you know what else? I don't always comment because sometimes, it's just so many people. It's hard to comment on everybody. And you feel bad about it, but what are you going to do?
Well, I look at my channel, right? My channel, the average videos have 300 to 400 views, average, okay? Some have 700, some have 100, okay? So give or take. But at the end of the day, some people only care to see haul videos.
Yeah, if haul's in my title, it's double the views.
Yeah, so I understand that, but it has always been my intention for the past 6 years to say I'm not going to be the slave to the haul, to be on YouTube. So I make it a point to not show hauls. I probably show 10% of what I bought. Okay, so I don't need to show the books I buy just to have videos, but that's okay. And I understand that. So for me, I don't watch a lot of channels that talk about modern stuff, but I do watch a few like Sleepy Readers. A lot of time when I watch modern videos, I don't comment because I don't know anything. I watch it for more.
I don't either. I'm ignorant to it. Yeah.
Well, I watch it just to see what's cool, what's hot, what's interesting, to keep it into my mental mindset. If I see it in the bargain bins, I will buy it. But the one modern channel that I watch, but I don't comment, is Rob Wise Guy. I tend to like the books that he bought. Seemed like he had good taste in the eclectic titles that he buy. But Rob Wise Guy, Sleepy Reader tend to be more broad.
Yeah.
Rob Wise Guy tend to be more independent.
Well, I think Damian is so too. He really hardly ever reads Marvel books anymore.
Yeah, but he still does DC.
Yeah, he does DC. Yeah.
So no doubt, Silver Age Dave.
Oh yeah. He buys everything. He buys old and new. It doesn't matter.
And to be honest, I watch a lot of videos that are non-haul. Okay?
Yeah.
Like
I like the story stuff. Like when Howler Mouse or somebody like that will put out a story about looking back.
23.
Yeah.
There's a lot of non-haul videos the last 2 months or so. I watch every single one of those videos.
Yeah, I like Alan's stuff after comics. His stuff's usually pretty good.
Because they're not haul videos,
No. Metarog, I've been watching a lot of Metarog stuff. He puts out some fun stuff.
So a lot of people like haul videos. Nothing wrong with that.
No.
It's my personal taste. It's just like, maybe because I'm not the type that if you have a haul video with a cool story on how you get the collection or how you buy something or the chase, I like to hear that.
Yeah.
But other than that, what you buy is what you buy. If you're happy with it, that's fine. But that's just me. And as far as but when it comes down to food and eating and traveling, I'm sure every one of these people I name, everyone's subscription already, like Mark Wiens, Strictly Dumpling with Mikey Chan. I mean the travel vlog that I like is Kara and Nate, Simon. You name it. There's so many. But if you look at my
oh yeah,
thing, my thing have like 6,000 videos in there, and I can guarantee you see 80% of them is food, cooking, traveling related videos, because, and I don't comment much. Okay, I don't comment much on any of the food, eating, traveling videos. You know why? These people have millions of subscribers.
Oh yeah, I know.
They are not going to read 5,000 comments a day.
They can't. Yeah, they can't.
Okay, I used to comment and actually exchange comment with Mark Wiens years ago, when Mark Wien had 50,000 subscribers. Now he has 1 million. He has no time for me anymore.
No, you can't. There's not enough time in a day.
Yeah, and that's okay. So I still watch their videos. I still give them the thumbs up. I let their ads run because that's how people make money. So I'm okay with watching a 30-second ad to support. That's how I support other YouTubers. Okay, I can tell you, when I watch other YouTubers, whether it's anybody here, I can guarantee you, if there's an ad that's run, I let it run.
Yeah, and I thumbs up, because some guys are into the monetization and all that, and if you can, it's a click. It doesn't hurt you any.
Yeah, and like I said, but that's how people make money, right? I was watching. Somebody sent me a link to a big discussion on how Netflix are considering inserting ads.
Oh,
okay. So that's it upset a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I understand that.
Well, because you're paying for it.
You're paying for it.
Yeah, this is different. I mean, this whole thing is free.
Yeah, you're paying for it, and the thing that I understand is, but the thing is, you gotta understand, Netflix, for now, they are inserting ads of other Netflix shows so that you can discover them. They're not inserting ads of Chevrolet, GM,
Bud Light.
so who knows? Maybe down the road, I think part of why they're doing that is, if you are a content provider for Netflix, and they are putting in so much content in their channel, your new show can get lost.
Oh yeah.
So you are probably demanding that because if you have Amazon Prime, Amazon has been doing that for years now. You watch any Amazon video, guess what? There are always an advertisement at the beginning of the video. Okay, so Amazon has been doing this for a long time. So A, I understand people get upset, but B, I also say, you don't have a problem with Amazon doing that for the past 3. Amazon has been doing that for a long time.
Yeah.
So it's, like I said, it's not like they're advertising GM or Bud Light. They're advertising show on their channel. So in many ways, I kind of like, it's not a big deal. I mean, these people that are crying and screaming about it, I'm just like, listen, you are making money off YouTube. You guys, the people that were screaming at these debates are the people that belong to channel that need to have advertisement on YouTube to pay their bills.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, that makes no sense. You are crying about advertising, and yet you are making a living off YouTube advertising. It's just nonsense to me.
Are you reading anything new right now?
No, I do not read anything new. I'm tempted to pick up a couple of saga.
Huh? Yeah.
Because
I picked up all the Paper Girls.
No.
I'm current on Marvel 2 and 1. And then I have a couple of the new Marvel books in my digital queue. I haven't read them yet. And then I always read Walking Dead, although it's become kind of a soap opera, and I don't know how much more I'm going to stick with that. But
Yeah, so for me, the one fairly new series that I want to read is Saga, because I have heard for 5 years now.
Yeah,
how great it is. And there is enough trades out there for good reading. So it might be, if there's anything that's modern in my shopping list, if my LCS have a sales, half off sales on trades, I probably go down there and pick up 3 or 4 volumes of Saga.
Yeah, I was reading a lot of the Valiant books that came out like 2012 through 2013, and then I think probably by probably 2015. I just kind of started souring on them, got bored of them.
Yeah, before I go, it's 8:01. I bought one book that I can show.
All right.
Before I go, it's 8:01 already.
I wish I could have read this chat. There's been a lot.
There's a lot.
How many people are on tonight, Nick? How many did you see?
Let me see. Right now we have 31. I think the peak was like 37.
All right.
Which is par.
Yeah.
I picked up this nice book. This is one of the tougher books, I believe. Nothing special.
That's a great story, though.
Yeah, and this one is decent in that, you know, how this copy is common with the bed staple right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this one.
Well, not only that, but normally you can't see Sue's face too. It's usually rolled.
Yeah. So this one is perfectly centered.
Yeah.
You see the M completely shown, not cut off.
Nice gloss.
And the staple is not too bad. It's not perfect, but it's not like this one have a common.
It's indent.
Yeah.
It's like a pucker almost. Yeah, I know.
That's the one that the Cougar comic always search for, is a book that have a nice staple right here.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, it's decent. I say it's about an 8. So I'm pretty happy with this. Let's see, before I go. Well, Knights of Old comment. Let me see where. Okay, before I go, I will read a comment from Knights of Old. He said, one time when he had the smaller shop within Village Gate on the 2nd floor, he left the store to chase down someone who stole something.
Huh.
I guess somebody shoplifted something from his store, and he had.
Yeah, it's common. There's a lot of restaurants and things in there. Yeah, it was kind of a derelict building for a long time that they converted into little shops and restaurants. I wonder if there used to be or there still is, a Mexican restaurant. He probably ate there a lot.
Yeah, so that's it. Well, folks, time for us to say goodbye and look for my splash. That's splash. It's on Sunday. Maybe not this Sunday, perhaps next Sunday when I have more time to plan, but it's going to be a easy 30-minute kind of show, live chat where I play some good music to show off some splash page that I love and talk about comic books. And that's it. Bet Anthony had to run because of Little Reaper. Good night.
I should be back on this week, everybody.
Yeah. So
I can review for the first time in months on Sunday, but
you're gonna give us a room tour, a news house tour when you have a chance.
When I have walls, yes.
Yes, when you have hey, you know, it's for sure. Shoot some video right now, you know, so that you have a long video to show you before and after kind of thing.
Yeah, if you like to see open wall spaces with insulation and plumbing hanging out, I got lots of pictures for you.
Yeah, you know, I like to see those things, you know, before and after stuff.
Maybe I'll do a live video from inside my dumpster.
Well, hopefully Mikey will be back next week and you guys can do the big video.
Yeah, he gets back, I think, Saturday or Sunday. So we'll probably film at least 2 right back to back. So it'll be 50 slabs coming out. And I think we have 2 more shipments coming back next week. So, and those are value tier. So some decent books in there.
And that's like my submission this time that I got. That I will pick up later this week or next week is value tier that I submit back in May.
I'm excited about the 9/8. There's a possibility all 25 into one box could be 9/8. We'll see.
All right, I'm gonna end the